I'm thinking about how important it is to make beautiful. And I think about that a lot because, no one in this room or in this lodge, we all know how ugly things can be. And there's certainly a lot of cruelty and ugly in this world. And every day you have this opportunity to make beautiful. And that's a lot of what I subscribe to, and try to do that in every way you can. We are all, I'm sure that you're perfect, but I'm not perfect, and so I get crabby or something. I'm trying to work on all of those things, on how we treat each other, how we, treat our world. But I noticed that over the past year, I spent a lot of my time fighting stupid projects, and I just think about how people, resist really stupid ideas. And I've spent most of my life doing that. And in part of that, it takes, I don't want to say it takes a toll on you looking at the brutality. And part of the balance is, of course, is making beautiful. And then the other part of the balance is making what the future is. Jimissawabandaming. What do we want for our future? Because you don't want to, I'm someone that, I spend a lot of time saying why that is a bad idea. But what I really want to do is work to making the good idea. Making the thing that is beautiful that we want to see. I've seen, probably as here, I've seen a lot of things come home, which is how you make beautiful. We used to have 13 drums, big drums, on our reservation. We have 7 back. Isn't that great?
That's great.
So it's part of this recovering your beauty that I've seen in my life. I worked for many years on land issues. We founded an organization called the White Earth Land Recovery Project after we've fought to try to get some just legislation to return land to our people. And then we got 10,000 acres back, but we didn't really get much justice. And so we formed this organization, White Earth Land Recovery Project, and we purchased land, or people donated land to us. And so about 1,400 acres of land. And on that, organic farms, maple syruping operations, wild rice processing facility, and a school. We bought a former elementary school. I just like how it is in our northern communities because, they always, want to take things from Native people, but when we want them back, they're like, well, why do you want it back? I was thinking, well, is that really your business, They're like, well, they had this little uproar there. I was like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Start I'm gonna open a casino. I'm gonna that's ridiculous. It's like that, they were like, what do you want to do about it? They were trying to give me all this stuff. But so there we have a food processing facility and the first independent radio station, tribal radio station in Minnesota, which is called KKWE, Niji Radio. And a lot of it I modeled after OJB as the idea when we started it. And so, I guess what I'm saying is a little of our history, we look at what's out there and we see that our lot is not good. And, you could wait for someone to fix it. That's probably not going to happen, in my experience. No one is going to fix it, except for ourselves. Except for ourselves. And, at some point here, over the last, 30 years of probably way too much television and way too much shopping and way too much, self medication with whatever it is, which is a lot of people for sure. Yeah. We became pretty timid too. And I think that a lot of us relinquished a lot of our own personal ability to control our destiny. And I'm not even talking about the opioid epidemic. I'm talking about before that, where we became people that expected someone else was going to fix it for us. And we became people. I remember the first time we bought land up there on White Earth and bought some land and And then we put up, what did we do? We fenced it. We had a fence. This power company was putting up a substation, and we asked them not to put it up next to this Mediwan grave, cemetery. And they put a split rail fence around that cemetery for us. And that substation was a little bit, it was like a little, you know what I'm saying, for like electrical stuff, right? And I remember this one guy come to me, this one guy from my res came to me and he said, "How'd you do that?" He said, "Did you ask the tribal council?" I said, "No." He said, "Did you ask the BIA?" I said, "No." He said, "How'd you do that?" He said, I said, that one old guy, Pete Saylor is his name, passed away. He said, he asked me to do it, so we just went and figured out how to do it. But that whole idea that we got to be these people that had to ask permission to live, y'all know what I'm saying? Yes. Oh. Like ask permission to like do this and do that, do this and do that. And that, I'm just saying that that's part of what's happened in my community. And I think my community is probably like a lot of other communities. Like you feel like you relinquish your power. We relinquish our power. And I think that, what I've seen is that when you take back your power, you have this opportunity to be really beautiful. And I like to see that. I like to see that. And, everyone here has, taken back some of that, which maybe we gave away or we're just like insecure, or, really, just relinquished, but we took it back. So, I have faith in that process. I've seen what happened in my own community when we start that. And then, when people see that you do that, then they kind of give themselves permission, which is what we have to do those things. Give ourselves permission to be beautiful. Give ourselves permission to not only remember our songs and our ceremonies, but give ourselves permission to envision what our future is going to be. Envision that.